So we just got up at our bush camp. No sunrises this morning. It's raining. The wind did stop. It's a lot nicer out here today. It's not overly cold. But yeah, it is raining. So we're going to head on to the next camp nice and early and get out there and see what it looks like out there. It's a little wet on the drive out. There's quite a few big puddles. Hopefully it's more sand than mud, or else we're going to be in trouble. This one up here looks a bit scary. That's a lot of water. That was lucky. Whew, did you hold your breath for that one, Echo? At least some of us aren't too stressed about the drive. You can see how deep some of these corrugations are by how much water's sitting in them. Some of them have been absolutely huge. So this is Gleason's Landing. This is the next campsite along from the one that we stayed at. It's definitely a lot more protected from the wind, but at the same time, it's a lot more boggy as well by the look of it. So, and I've already seen a few campers here. There's a fella in his car with a tarp set up and stuff like that, so I'm kind of glad I didn't come here. They do have bins here though, so I did do a quick stop off and empty out my rubbish. And they've got a few little drop toilets along the way as well. There's one over there. I can see a big puddle coming up. Alright, well that one looks pretty huge, so I'm probably not going to go through that one. There is a little cut off over here that I'm maybe going to turn around in here. Wow, it's really boggy down here. We'll be staying and having a look around here. Oh, spinning the tyres a little bit. Let's go around this beach. Oh, we're in park. Try and reverse, that'll go better. Dragon. Let's take this little one here. Hopefully, I have a bad feeling that because of all the rain that we had last night, a lot of these tracks are all going to be a bit washed out and we're not going to be able to get out to our viewpoints. But we'll see how we go. Okay, so no stop-offs there today at Gleason's Landing. It was really boggy and there was nowhere really for us to kind of pull off or just stop so we could have a walk out and have a look around. So we'll turn back around and keep going and we'll see if we get a better luck at the next stop. Just seeing some sheepies out the window. Echo's very excited about them. Hey, what did you see out there? Okay, so we just pulled up to Swincer Rocks. It looks pretty windy out there. It was very wet driving in. There's a few soft spots on the road where we drove in, but this is where we're looking at the moment. There is another car pulled up here, which we followed his tracks in, and I can see them way off in the distance over there on the beach. So we might get out and have a quick look around, yeah, and see if there's anywhere else we can drive that's not bogged in pretty much. Echo was very excited about her sheep that we seen on the drive in. It was actually quite nice countryside on the way in. So yeah, we'll get out here and have a little look around. Not a lot going on here, just some ocean and some rocks. Grey skies, but at least it stopped raining for a little bit. There's those people. They've got a couple of dogs down there, so we won't stay. Look at all that dirt road still to drive. What'd you find out there? You find more sheepies? Sheepies with lambs. So we just met up with a ranger coming the opposite way, and he pulled over and had a quick chat with us and just let us know that it's pretty rough up this way. Asked where we came from and stuff like that, and just said, yeah, just take it easy going through the waters. But yeah, he just said, look, it's really rough. There's a lot of corrugations and a lot of puddles and stuff like that. So that was really nice of him. We made a friend. It's actually kind of funny that that ranger pulled me over to tell me how bad this road was, because this is ultimately the best road I've driven on so far. Dirt road anyway. It's had the least amount of corrugations. It's had no water on it so far. So I think that's funny that he's told me it's pretty bad. Obviously he hasn't driven on the other roads in a while. So I'm not entirely sure where we are because we don't have any phone reception to be able to check, but from what I remember it was called Annie's Point, maybe? I know we're heading towards Corny Point, which is further down this way, but this is just where we first came out onto the ocean, and then we'll drive along it apparently. So yeah, maybe we'll get some phone reception. I'll be able to tell you where I actually am. But yeah, the views are still pretty cool. Lots of rocks down there. Alright, we might go for a bit of a wander around here first, and then we'll keep driving before that rain comes back, because I can see it coming. It looks like it's coming. So it's down at the rocks. Echo's determined. She's going in the water. Not sure what she's hunting for, but she's getting wet. She's determined she's getting wet today. There's heaps of cool little rock pools and stuff in here. Can you get out of the water, please? Oh, we're going to be so wet when we get back to the van. Come on, let's look up at these ones over here. Echo. Come on. Come on this way. Echo. Hey, hey, not too far. Echo. Come on, back this way. Come on. She's not leaving that rock pool. I like this. So many cool ones here. Oh God, she's flicking the water everywhere. Having a sandbar. Hey, not in that water. Go on then, go back there, go on. She absolutely loved that little rock pool. She did not want to get out. Look, she's gone back there again. Oh, that one's a bit deep. Oh, oh. That wasn't the rock pool she went in last time. That one's a bit deep. Come over this one. Be careful. Just be a little bit careful. Come on. Come on. In that one there. That's your one. Oh yeah, that's the one you're in. Wait, don't go around there. Echo, come back. Come back. Good girl. She is drenched. Hey, 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 not around that one. Come back here. Come on. This one here is fine. You play in this one. Alright, come on, let's go for a walk along the beach. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on, we're going. Quick. I'll leave you there. Come on. Come on, Echo. Come on, please. Come on. That's enough. Yes, you're dirty. Come on. So we just went for a walk down on the beach, down over that way. Echo rolled around in some rock pools, which she had an absolute ball, and now she's all stinky. There's the van parked out on the tip. And there's more coast over this way, and that's where we're going to drive next. Apparently there's a lighthouse out here somewhere. Look at this. I'm standing out here cleaning all the sand off her harness from her swim and roll in the sand. She's sitting inside the cab where it's nice and warm. I'm out here freezing to death. Okay, that out there is the Corny Point Lighthouse. That's where we're heading next. We got a wet puppy. We got plenty of coffee. And lots of dirt road ahead of us. Okay, so this place is called Berry Bay South. And there's some steps here where we can walk down to that beach and go for a bit of a wander along there. So I'll see if the wet puppy wants to go for another walk. There's our lighthouse that we're going to go out and visit after we finish here. And just look at how steep these sand hills are. Up to the van. Okay, so we just pulled in at Corny Point Lighthouse. We're just making a little bit of lunch, a little bit of toasted sandwich. Echo is having her lunch as well, because apparently she eats 15 times a day now. And I'll just show you our view out the window here. So that there is Corny Point. So when we pulled up here, a family with some kids and stuff pulled up at the same time. So they're just out there having a look at the lighthouse at the moment. So I thought we'll have lunch first and then we'll head out there once they go. That way Echo can run around. All right, lunchtime. Echo, wait. So there's a bit of information on this board right here about the Corny Point Lighthouse. It says it was first lit on the night of the 1st of March, 1882. And the lighthouse has flashed its signal across Spencer Gulf ever since. The first lighthouse keeper arrived on the 19th of February, 1882, and the last keepers departed on the 30th of June, 1920, when the light was automated. Okay, so we're at Corny Point now. Just trying a little bit of beach here, some little stairs that go down to the beach. This is the first little pull off that we found. So another RV here with us as well. And they've got this big anchor display and then like this little shed with bits and pieces going on in it. Like history of the town and stuff like that. Which is pretty cool. So they've got farming. Lots of pictures. Wheat stacks, lightering, all to do with the ships, camping, and all the locals that came. It's from all around here, so it's got I can see Gleason's on here, Daly Head, so it's from this whole area. There's Corny Point stuff. The school children, 1902. The Corny Point Lighthouse, that's just where we were. Yeah, so it's cute. What's this? Corny Point Rock Swap. There's all these kids who've done all these rocks. You can swap them. That's cute. Yeah, so that's Corny Point. We're going to drive a little bit further down. The town actually starts a little bit further down. This is just the start of all the little beach shacks, I guess you'd say. Yeah, so we're going to drive in a little bit further. I did see some ruins off in the distance over there, so we might see if we can actually get into them or if they're on private property, so we'll find out. But yeah, Corny Point. So this is a bit of a map from Corny Point. It just kind of shows some of the places we went to today. So down here further, we started out at the camp, say over here. We drove all the way into here, up, all the way out to Gleason's Point, all the way back in, all the way up, and then we went along this Point Anne Road all the way out to here. Then we had to come all the way back into here again, all the way back up. I came all the way back out here, had a look again, back in, back up, and we came down West Beach Road, and then we've just driven all the way up around the point here to where the lighthouse is, and all the way back down here to where Corny Point is right here. And that's where we are at the moment. Just pulled off the dirt road onto a bitumen road. It says welcome to the Pines. So let's see what's down the end of this road. So this is at the Pines, and this walk is called Hudson's Walk. It's just a little walk along the shoreline. It's kind of like a little bush walk. You can see some houses and stuff over there along the main street. It's not a very big little town. Yeah, we're just going to go for a quick walk along here. Have a look what's around, and then we'll head on to the next place. just doing our walk through the pines walk. Echo is still keen to keep going. Never stops. It's actually quite pretty. There's a lot of green out here. The water was a bit frothy though, so probably no good for swimming in. Yeah, Echo's having sniffs. Checking out the wildlife. Yeah, it's nice and peaceful. The weather's nice, it's not windy, so that's always a good thing. Alright, we'll get back to the van and head on to our next stop. So we've made it out to Point Turton. We called into a couple of the bush camps that were before here, but they were a bit boggy and a bit soft, too soft for us to park on. So we just sort of did a drive through and then continued on. So now we're at Point Turton, which is really nice down here. And we've just stopped off here because apparently down those steps there's some caves that you can look in. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a look around here, and then I think we'll probably go and stay in the caravan park that's here. It looks quite nice, so we'll go see if they've got any spots available for us. You're not going in there, no. You've already been wet today, you're not going in there. Okay? No, no, stop your barking, come on. Oh, this whole beach is just rocks. Echo, you're not going in the water, no. No, no. I know you want to go in. No. Ah, no. 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 Oi, that's enough. That's enough. Just relax. Echo is so super keen to get in that water. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's quite pretty down here, just little caves up in the rock facings. Lots of rocks on the foreshore. Lots of shells and like... Echo, no. No. Lots of cool rocks and shells. Echo's extremely not happy that she's not going in the water. No. No. So there's all these other little caves up along here, all the way around, and quite possibly under where we're standing at the moment. So I've seen a sign just back there that this is called Magazine Bay. And I reckon we might get a decent sunset today. Over that little hill there, that's Point Turton, that's where we're going to go next. So we're just out at Point Turton, which is where Echo was born. So she gets to see where she was born, which is pretty cool. We just walked out along the jetty here. Just out along here. And this thing that's behind me here, which is a great big crane. I was reading a sign back at the start there saying that this is how they used to haul the big bags of grain off of the ships that would dock here, and then up onto this jetty here, and then the horse and cart would take it down into Point Turton. So that's pretty cool, a bit of history. So yeah, so we're just booked into the caravan park up there behind us at the end of the jetty. That's us booked in up there. Yeah, we might even get a nice little sunset in, and we're just gonna head back to the van. We'll make some dinner, and then we might watch a movie tonight, I reckon. So we just found this sign, do not feed the stingrays. Not very often you see a sign telling you not to feed stingrays. So there's that crane where we were just standing out on the jetty just before. And then all back here is the caravan park on the top of the hill. And then back in there, that's our little van. Backed in there. So we should have a good night tonight, I reckon. So we're just a little bit too on top of the boot to be able to see the actual sunset, but once we get up the coast a bit more, we should get a nice sunset. So we've gone from having sunrises to sunsets now. All right, so Echo and I are gonna head back to the van now. We've had dinner. We've just watched our little sunset, and then we'll watch a bit of TV, have some relaxed time, and then tomorrow we'll see where the road takes us.